Empty boxes and plastic bottles are the starting materials for functional engineering. We are going to assemble these scraps into a multi-stage mechanical system. There is a common assumption that real science requires a pristine lab and a large budget for milled aluminum. Today, we are climbing an escalator of technology. We will start by exploiting a few basic physics hacks with household items and scale all the way up to an intricate mechanical build. Gravity, pressure, and acoustics behave the same way on a discarded pizza box as they do on aerospace-grade titanium. Level 1 involves trapping passive forces. If you are struggling with a weak phone speaker, you can solve the volume problem using 2 plastic cups and a cardboard toilet paper tube. This diagram shows the acoustic mechanics. The cardboard tube acts as a director, forcing the sound waves straight down the center corridor. The shape of the cups then takes over, bouncing those focused waves outward in a single direction to amplify the volume. We can apply that same structural logic to a survival problem, filtering dirty water. The setup requires taking an empty 2-liter plastic soda bottle, cutting it in half, and inverting the top section to act as a funnel. Inside that funnel, you pack a specific sequence of materials: a paper towel at the bottleneck, followed by a layer of sand, a thick layer of crushed charcoal, and gravel at the very top. The filtration occurs in 2 steps. The coarse gravel at the top physically catches large debris. Below that, the crushed charcoal chemically binds to microscopic impurities, resulting in clear water emerging from the bottom. By stacking raw materials in the correct geometric order, we can trap passive forces like sound and gravity to solve immediate physical problems. Now we move to level 2, stepping up from passive physics to kinetic energy. We are building a vehicle using a cardboard chassis and bottle cap wheels. The engine for this vehicle relies on stored pneumatic energy. To build it, we tape a balloon airtight to a bendy straw and mount that straw directly to the top of the cardboard car. When you inflate the balloon and pinch the straw, you store pressurized air. The moment you release your grip, that trapped air rushes out of the narrow straw and propels the vehicle forward. This diagram illustrates the principle driving the vehicle, Newton's third law of motion. The red arrow represents the force of the escaping air pointing backward, generating an equal and opposite blue arrow of thrust that pushes the car forward. Generating mechanical propulsion does not require a combustion engine. It only requires the controlled, directional release of stored pressure. And that brings us to level 3. We are going to construct a multi-stage machine built 100% out of recycled cardboard. The foundational engineering trick is built into the material. If you peel the flat top layer off a piece of corrugated cardboard, you expose a flexible, ridged surface that functions as a gear belt. Gluing corrugated strips around cardboard circles creates interlocking gears. A manual hand lever transfers rotational force into the primary gear, pushing kinetic energy down the line. This energy enters a threaded screw, translating rotational force into vertical lift, pushing a stick to knock a ball down an incline. Within this mechanism, multiple simple machines interact. You are running a pulley, a wheel and axle, a wedge, a screw, and an inclined plane in one continuous sequence. Advanced mechanical engineering relies on the arrangement of simple shapes. If the geometry is correct, the machine will function, regardless of how cheap the building materials are. A cardboard box is unpurposed wood. A plastic bottle is a raw structural building block. The transition from a pile of trash to a complex piece of machinery requires an engineering blueprint. Mapping out specific mechanical functions gives those raw materials a purpose. We have gone from focusing acoustic waves to generating kinetic thrust, all the way to building a multi-stage gear system from a delivery box. Stop seeing your garbage as trash. Start seeing it as raw physics waiting for instructions. Grab some cardboard and go build something.